Yeah, it was a long time. It's
700,000 years over a planet. And you got to ask yourself, how could a negative beings win when the superior technology is in the hands of the benign ones, unless it's for a reason, a higher reason, that we don't know.
yeah,
Except I do know because it's for us to grow through.
it's source creator let a lot of the stuff
Let it happen
happen.
because this is an experiment that's unlike other experiments where anything can happen here. There's no rules.
Well, one of the reasons why it's allowed to happen is we're the first free will galaxy.
Exactly.
All the other ones, it wasn't
Yeah.
free will universes. We were
Yeah.
the first one.
The other two Earth experiments did not work. They did not reach ascension. This one will.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
So the bad guys ain't really the bad
They're playing a
guys.
role.
It's playing a
They're
role.
playing a role. But whether or not they have to pay back their karma, would you want to pay back karma of Adolf Hitler?
They're
I wouldn't.
playing a role, but they're not. They don't know they're playing a role. They think they're the bad
There's
guys.
the negative ones, the positive ones, and there's some ones between that are compassionate and control the third party, right?
Yeah.
Control the whole thing, right? So,
Anyway, this is Jamie and Tim back for another episode.
yep.
We haven't did one in about a year.
Yeah. But it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm quite excited about it.
We never structured or planned this out, but we were just kind of talking. They were the first of this about, the wars that have been going on in our universe and
Yep.
the dark and the light guys and
Yes, and the
how
roles we played.
how we're, the first free will universe.
Yep.
The telephone ringing there.
Yes, the Earth is a galactic experiment that's never happened before where it's total free will choice. In other words, anything can happen here. And I'll tell you, anything did happen here. But we're going to succeed.
We got to kind of look at Earth as we're in the third dimension, right?
Yes.
But there's a lot of things that we don't know that's going on with us
Yeah.
on many other dimensions, other timelines,
Yep.
other galaxies, and universe that we all live in simultaneously ourselves, as we do right here ourselves.
Yeah. We're in many parallel universes at the same time, and we're aware this consciousness of just this one.
Like you would have a you back in Atlantis times right
Yeah,
now,
absolutely.
operate at the same time.
Yeah. Because there is no time and everything's happening all at once.
Or there's another me on the Pleiades.
Yeah.
Or the Arcturus
Yeah.
planets.
Yeah, and I think in all that, there's so many different parts of ourselves that we should really just be focusing on this one here and maybe in the future integrating them together.
Yeah. Uh, okay, my train of thought kind of gone there.
Yeah, no problem. You'll get it back here in a second.
Oh, as far as like healing stuff, our body, like we can have myself in Lemuria that's doing things.
Yeah.
That's impacting my health here now.
Yeah. Absolutely. You can take your back to that time zone and you can ask yourself to go, as you put, to 0 point, where the original pain started and heal it when it started or before it started. We can do those things.
There's some stuff out there we'll never understand right now.
Not with the limited consciousness we have. We're very limited. We still got the few DNA, but we're getting more, and our chakras are expanding, and so are our auras, so we're getting better slowly. But we're essentially quite limited here.
Like I can pick up information on what's going on with timelines, but there's so many of me's out there, like I can't piece it all together.
No.
And that's what our goal is, to bring all of our soul chairs
Yeah.
back. Our higher selves
Yeah.
will break off a spark of itself
That's right.
and branch off into many different sparks and,
Yeah.
and mass incarnate all
That's
over
right.
the galaxy.
From what I heard, you got the monad, which is the female and the male together, and then they split off into 12 groups, and those 12 groups split off into 12 more groups, making about 144 different parts of ourselves. So it can get very complicated. But we don't have to really complicate it because we just got to deal with this earth life right here. We're here for a reason. It's a great school. We're learning karmic lessons. And we're not done. There's a saying, we're not done with the earth until we're done with the earth. So that when we're done with the duality, then we move on. We heal our karmic memories, we heal our soul's memories from past lifetimes, and then we purify ourselves. And in purifying ourselves, eventually there's no longer anything more to purify, and we're just there. We just have changed everything from distortions in our personality into virtues and into unique qualities of God. So that's really what we're doing. It's called spiritual alchemy, where we just kind of slowly transmute ourselves into angelic beings, or the metaphor of an angel,
Yeah,
the metaphor of an earth angel, where we become angelic and have this spiritual autonomy, where we reach the place where we can choose for ourselves. We have the power and the strength to do that, and we don't even need our guides. But until then, we do. I guarantee you, we do.
so there's a lot of us that are on Earth now that are indigos and starseeds, right?
Yeah,
They have different incarnations. This could have been their Earth's first incarnation,
yeah.
but there's other humans that are on Earth that had a direct uh, link to the incarnation grid over and over on Earth.
Yes, they over and
They've
over.
always been here on
Yeah,
Earth, but never come from anywhere else.
yeah. But it seems to me that the consciousness is a little bit more limited and a little bit more primitive. Not in a negative way, in a judgmental way, but the star seeds that come in have obviously come from advanced solar systems or star seeds that are here to uplift the planet and here to transmute it and here to bring us hope.
Okay, Tim, we're not going nowhere. I just gotta.
Yeah.
We're just gonna put this. We're just gonna mute for 1 minute.
Yep.
Okay, we're here. We just had to take a quick break.
Yep. Okay. Jamie, did you want to bring up some of the recent, I'm not going to call them clients, but people that were wanting to get some questions answered? And do you remember what some of the questions were that they wanted answered?
Even recently, people
Yeah,
or in the past that people asked.
yeah. Recently, has someone come in that wanted a question answered that on the show we can address?
Not offhand, I can.
No, okay. If
But
not offhand, it's okay.
I think there's some things people asked before.
Yeah,
I can probably
yeah,
remember again.
yeah. Okay.
Just going through my so much stuff in this book's all writing today.
Yep. All kinds of channelings I see.
Uh,
Jamie, you want to talk about this? I think a lot of people might be interested in this Trump thing that's going on right now in our world in politics, raising a lot of hairs on people's heads and getting a lot of people bent out of shape. And you were telling me earlier about some of the coincidences about what's going on. Did you want to explain that?
yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it. It was just something I read online, but it's it's true because you look at the cards.
Yeah.
Like the Illuminati had their own deck of cards, like the tarot cards. So the
Yes.
Illuminati cards,
The tarot cards. Yeah. Right.
and one of their cards is called the Trump card.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it works, but somehow it seems with numerology or astrology, they lay their cards out.
Yeah.
And for this year, it's the Trump card,
The Trump.
The Illuminati Trump
And
card.
that's synchronicity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the picture on it looked like Donald Trump, and that was and
And I
those
saw
cards
that.
were,
And I remember seeing something on the internet about
and their
that.
cards was created back in like
So if that's
early
not
1900s.
early predictions about what the future holds, I mean, what is? So
Yeah,
they kind of always have this kind of a knowledge. That doesn't mean that their conscious level is high, but they are uh, quite intelligent.
yeah, a lot of stuff's planned out.
You know, planned out, but it doesn't mean it's going to work.
No, okay. Uh, oh, we was talking about our higher selves earlier.
Yeah,
This is something I wrote, kind of jotted down real quick. I can't even read my own writing. So the higher selves break off into different parts
yeah,
of incarnations on many planets and timelines, which
yeah,
we talked about.
yeah,
So exist on many lives at once, as we are here now,
yeah,
other worlds and galaxies. But what this is a direct line
yeah,
of a spark of our higher self.
yep. That's right.
So it makes us feel like in the I am presence now, like we are kind of small,
Yeah.
part of our own true being.
Again, if we talk about the monad, and the monad splits into 12 different parts, and those 12 different parts split into 12 more, that's 144? Is that it? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
144 parts of ourselves.
You know, a lot of
Yeah.
people are, they say asleep, and there's the awakened ones.
Yeah.
Like most people are awakening more and more.
Yeah.
But we have karmatic debts.
Yeah.
We have illnesses that stem from the past. This is forced upon us.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of spiritual healers
Yeah, yeah.
will say, "Oh no, this is the way it is for learning. You got to cure."
Well, karma is the ego, and that's not natural to what we truly are. So the karma is the unconscious, which is the ego.
Yeah. So what we got to do is basically make a declaration of sovereignty
That's right.
for ourselves.
To me, I use one of my angels helps me to release karmic debt, all karmic debt. So its name is Elijah, and
Jake, he's watching us.
what it does is it releases me from my karmic debts and balances it out, so I don't have to deal with it anymore. And that's kind of the part of the spiritual purification I was talking about earlier, where when we have no more karma left, we can go home. Call it heaven, call it whatever, but we can, leave this earth. So really, it's a matter about purifying ourselves, doing good, helping people, releasing our karma, and getting out.
Hmm. That's a good topic, really.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because I was right before you came in, I was writing some stuff, and what I wanted to talk about was karmatic healings.
Yep,
How I was saying it's kind of forced upon us.
yep,
A lot of people will go to different healing sessions for people that do karmatic healings,
yep.
but I find a lot of people think that's the way it's supposed to be, so they try to
It's a
go
belief
back,
system.
and
Yeah,
make a complex healing out of a belief system.
yeah, it's a belief
But
system.
if you want to do a true healing on yourself, here's one thing that you can do. Is that I order that there is zero balance on all timelines, dimensions, galaxies, and universe. I am not my ancestral debt. I deemed it to be returned to the spiritual court of equity.
Yeah, yeah,
I break all contracts and agreements based on this reincarnation grid.
yeah,
I ask for this to be entered into the Earth's Akashic records.
yeah.
That I
Absolutely.
break all soul contracts.
Yeah,
If anything
and
being
I and
forced
I, I
upon
believe
myself.
reading that from many sources. Another thing is the work that I used was the Ho'oponopono, was the forgiveness of the ancestors work, which would release me from all further having to reincarnate, having to deal with my karmic debt with my relatives that I really don't want to do anymore because I really don't want the struggle. I don't want my life to be as arduous as it was. I want it to be easier. So I go back and I forgive all my relatives, my ancient ancestors, and I use the forgiveness tools of that. And it
It's
seems to be working. I had to be consistent with it, but it seems to be working. Um, Takes time. These things
it's
take
hard
time.
to. Like, I can't even do it yet, and I don't think most of us can. To try to wake up to be your true selves.
Yeah,
It's a very hard thing to do. We're
yeah,
all in the process of it though.
yeah.
But there's a lot of things about our karma and stuff. It's not all good.
No,
It's not all like fun, spiritual,
we can
how
have
it's supposed to be.
no.
There's a lot of stuff that was forced upon us,
Yeah,
forced incarnations.
yeah,
A lot of us have problems growing up. It can stem to having depression,
yeah.
and it can go into sickness,
Absolutely.
and a lot of it is being forced incarnated into wrong soul families.
Yeah, yeah,
Then the human body, when the baby's born, is getting its DNA mixed up from its original soul family,
yeah. And I was reading
and it takes
recently,
us off our path.
yeah, from Pamela Cribb, and she talks about the Jeshua channelings. She said we can have a soul group, mother and father from the earth, but our real galactic parents are out there too, and those are our true parents, right? But we were incarnated into a soul group here on the earth, but our true galactic might be Syrian, Pleiadian.
Yeah,
Those are our true parents that sent us here as a soul group to
but
be.
we can have a soul group
Yeah,
that goes on for years.
yeah,
But say we're out here, nurse here, 3 dimension,
yeah,
reincarnate here. They have a kid, but they sent different ones. So like how you can have cousins, uncles, brothers,
yep,
and they have kids as your cousin.
yep,
But there's another family over here that you're not even related to. You pass on, you get forced incarnated to this family over here,
yep,
and it breaks the DNA
yeah,
code.
yeah,
So then, as you grow and keep incarnating, you're not bringing any info from. That's why we forget, right? We're supposed to be able to
yeah,
keep the info from previous lives,
yeah,
but we've been forced incarnated in so many different soul families,
yeah.
and it's made us have the forgetting.
I like the way that you put it with releasing this karmic debt, because when you own your own sovereignty as a free will choice for yourself to release it, I think that's a very effective tool. Other tools is you can use angels to help you to release karma. But another thing that I like to do with some of my clients is I like to cut their karmic cords that are sticking in them. They're sticking in their chakras, and I will go through and I will cut those cords. I will cut them right out of there, so they don't have to deal with those anymore. So all that's required of them is their belief in it
Hmm.
and a little bit of willingness to continue doing it.
It's all belief.
Yeah, everything in the world, everything in the universe.
But a lot of people they don't get it, so it's belief in yourself.
Yeah,
A lot of people hold their energy to a higher power,
yeah.
which is okay. But if we realize that we are the higher power, we
Well,
can heal ourselves.
it's the God immanent, the God that's within us, the self. As the Upanishads talked about, the self that lives within us is the God that lives inside. Not this. I know that Christianity has a transcendental God; it's out there somewhere in space. But I know that in Hinduism and Buddhism too, have the God that lives within.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, I just lost my train of thought again. Now we're still going.